Thank God.
Mm.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Not Inside Scoop. Hold on one second. I actually thought
I always get excited because I think I'm going to get some inside scoop.
Yeah, there
But
is.
I get to start
inside
asking you questions like, hey.
yeah, because you never have that opportunity.
There's so little left. Although I had a funny thought the other day about birth order. I did.
Well, can we wait 1 second? And say, hi, everybody. Welcome to Fridays with Sue and Steph. And now, Stephanie, go for it.
Are you the third born in your family?
I am the third born of 4. Yeah.
We had a moment where I could not remember.
That's weird. Someone else I don't know who it was, but I literally had this conversation where someone said, well, you're the youngest. And I was like, no, I'm not.
Was it my sister? Because I think that's who I was talking about birth order with. I'm trying to remember. And I said, wait a minute. It's you? Because I said something like, your brother. I was like, yeah, it's 2 boys, then 2 girls. And I'm like, wait, do I have that? I'm like, how could I not know that?
I know. You'd lose the game.
No, but I did get it right. But I did question myself. I was like,
so my sister is 4 years younger than me. I held her in the car on the way home from the hospital. And since we're talking about sleep today, that might be the last time I slept well. No, I'm just joking. But she was my first baby because I always loved babies. And I got this was before car seats. So
yes,
I sat in the car holding a brand newborn.
The craziest thought.
I know, it is
the craziest thought.
All right. Well, so I think everyone, but as someone said yesterday on another call, you can really never say everyone, but almost everyone has had trouble sleeping at some point during the last year and a half. It's been stressful. And for, I think, Stephanie and me, it's been well before the year and a half, but only got exacerbated by all the things that happened during this past year. And so we would joke about how we should, the worst is getting an email from the other one at 3:30 in the morning and you're up too. And also, there's a little bit of shame in sending somebody an email that it reveals so much information in that one moment. I got one when I woke up this morning, someone sent me an email at 2:30 in the morning and I wanted to write back bad night's sleep. And I thought, well, that's really assuming we have that kind of relationship.
Right.
Excuse me. Anyway, so we have tried, this conversation is a little bit reminiscent of the grout where we've tried everything. We have tried everything to get the grout clean. Although my shower did break. So the news is we had to rebuild it. And now I have very, very white grout. So I don't have that problem.
Oh,
I know you're jealous.
Is grout envy a thing?
Yeah. And I would feel that way if it was you. So I totally understand it. Mm-hmm. But we have tried everything between the two of us to get a good night's sleep. And some of them, they worked for me, but if it was Tylenol PM, I was groggy the whole next day.
Yeah.
So they're not really fixes. They're pretend fixes where I wasn't aware in the middle of the night whether I was sleeping or not. That made me feel good when I woke up in the morning, but then I spent the day in a fog. So I don't like that, Yeah. Anyway, we'll do the big reveal in after you tell your stories about trying to get a good sleep.
So mine, I am an excellent falling asleep. I am varsity, like the captain of the team. I fall asleep mid-sentence, 30 seconds. I mean, I'm fantastic. It is the staying asleep. So it's the waking up and the head spinny and, and I'm not sure it's tied to, I'm sure it gets exacerbated if something is going on maybe with one of the kids or Todd or whatever, right? Or me, whatever. But that's not the only reason, right? It really is just the pattern of waking up. I have a time. It's 3:31 or something. And then it's getting back to sleep is the issue.
Okay. Well, well, yes, but also I would say I can wake up in the middle of the night and be perseverating on something that I know I'm not worried about. It's it is running through my brain as if it is crisis. And I'm like, why am I spending one more millisecond on this? Because it's nothing.
Yeah.
And pulling yourself out from that can be so challenging.
Yeah.
So how did this change for you?
Bum, we're like Wonder Twins. It's move yours. You have to do
I don't know the right way to
Twins the other way.
Okay, I can't figure it out.
So Apollo Neuro. So I had tried this out. And basically what it does is, so it sends impulses to your body. You control it. And this, Sue and I spent a lot of time talking about this. So you choose, there's different modes. There's an app on you, download an app, easy peasy. And then you pick different settings based on where you are. So like, for example, and actually I just got out of the shower, so I'd taken it off and I just put it back on. But like right now, like as Sue and I are talking, like I will pick something like, and I'll read them to you. There's social and open, which I don't use that one so often. It's been really underused in COVID. But clear and focused, I use all the time. Rebuild and recover, meditation and mindfulness. But probably my favorite one is the sleep and renew. So I do put it on. I choose that before I go to bed. You can set the impulses, like the intensity of it. And so the things when I've been spending a lot of time talking about is there's an intention, which I think is such a funny thing, because I think about it in yoga, where they talk about setting an intention in yoga. And I used to be like, wait, why? But it really does help. It just, I'm not sure it's the intention. I think it's the centering of thinking about it. And I would put this in the same category where it's forcing me to think about where I am. And so now I will wake up during the night, but like, as my husband would say, like, I'm not like taking a course during the night. Like in the morning, he'd be like, oh, so how'd your course go last night? Because the joke is that like I pull out the iPad or something that I'm taking some online course. But now I'm able to go right back to sleep. And it's harder for me to, maybe quantify it or explain how I feel during the day, but there is something about being in control of it and an intention that I think has been really helpful for me. I feel like it's putting me better in touch with where I am.
Well, so Stephanie told me that whole thing, and she probably said it just like that. And we were, I think, on the telephone, because I'm sure she heard my eyes rolling, but I don't think she saw my eyes rolling.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, come on, really, seriously? And also, like, maybe you don't need the wearable. Maybe it's literally about just thinking to yourself, I'm a little stressed right now. I could use something like this, and that's enough. But the evidence really shows that that's not the case. It is not just about intention. They have a lot of research that actually shows that it is the sound waves that are causing people to have, excuse me, a change in the wiring of their brain. Mm. And there's all sorts of medical language that go along with it that I just interviewed the co-inventor. And so there's a lot more information. But what I will say is Stephanie would tell me about it, and then she would bring it up, or I would ask her in this kind of like, snarky way, like, oh, still helping you?
Yeah.
And
right.
And so then, I felt like, well, let me get a tester. So first of all, we'll tell you that we have a relationship with the company, and they sent us testers, the samples, and oh my God, I am a converted skeptic. And what I did yesterday before the interview was go and look at all of the testimonials from people, and almost everybody starts out by saying, I had very little faith that this was going to do anything, but oh my God, it's life-changing. Yeah. So excuse me, ours don't have this feature, but I asked him if they were considering doing something where you could do a setting once, so you could set your day in the morning, and not, because right now, I'm wearing it, and I start it, and you can start it on the app, or you can start it right on the device itself. And so I start it for like the wake up. It's called Energy and Wake Up.
I love that one too, actually.
And but then it's like during the day, I go, oh shoot, I didn't do it. I meant to. And so I know what my days look like. I know that basically I'm not going to change it up so much.
Yeah.
So they actually are testing right now a new device that has a scheduler in it. I was a little disappointed because I thought I was so genius in coming up with it.
Yeah.
But it's already done and in the testing mode. Anyway, so I started wearing it, and I knew I was falling asleep quicker. But I wasn't sure whether it was doing anything else. And I also wasn't sure whether it was placebo. But I was talking to a friend one day. I think I'd worn it 4 days. And she said, you sound so chill. What's going on with you? And I was like, I sound chill? That's insane that someone else would notice that my being is different from wearing this wearable. So the number one reason people get it is sleep. but it was primarily created for vets with PTSD. And so that diagnosis, they have seen an extraordinary change in their lives and their quality of life.
I don't think I knew that story. I didn't know that was the original use. Okay.
And also they also like have really addressed anxiety, depression, a host of things that all of the thousands of people who have now purchased this and used it are reporting changes in their quality of life.
Yeah.
And they have, I think, a 60-day money back guaranteed. So if you use it or you even just never get to it, you can get your money back. It's not cheap. It's $3 something.
Yeah. We have a code. We have a discount code.
We do have a discount code. We'll put that. Do you know what it is? I meant to have it ready beforehand.
I feel like it's your teen all caps and it's 10% off, but it might be your teen 10. So we may have to add it to the
We'll put it in the chat.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we're here to tell you, which we don't really endorse products so much on these Friday, but we have suffered, both of us, so much with sleep. And this, it's like taking the medication is a little scary. It feels like you're going to get reliant on it.
You and I are very similar in that way. We don't I'll take like an Advil, and someone said to me once, they're like, that's like a Smartie. Like taking
I have a very dramatic reaction. Like decaf coffee makes me wired. And I have a dramatic reaction to medication. So if I take a Tylenol PM, I take half of one pill.
Yeah.
But it still kept me groggy the whole next day. And I had a little bit of this, like, probably not healthy relationship to it, because I'd be like, okay, I used it yesterday, so I won't use it till next week. And it was, but I thought about it. I thought about wanting to use it, even though I wasn't rested the next day at all. I was agitated and like foggy. And none of those byproducts exist with this wearable. It's just,
it's funny. I have the same, and I'm a big believer in everyone has different, what works for them, right? And so for me personally, I love the idea of not having to take medication to do it, but believe me, I would take medication if that's what did it. So I want to be clear, but I do love the fact that I can just put it on and that I don't have to worry about, did I go off it? Did I, right? So like, I just love that it's just something I put on my wrist and I'm done.
The product is called Apollo Neuro, and we're going to give you the code and the link afterwards because we can't get to it right now. And there's a 10% discount if you use our code. But it really, it's shockingly life-changing.
Yeah. And we're going to have him on our podcast too, I feel like.
Not till July.
Yeah, that's right.
But sure, Jennifer, no problem. Mm-hmm. I mean, we really, we're not quick to endorse a product. So we both really feel
not only are we not quick to endorse it, we're not even quick to try. We are not even quick to try.
Meaning me? Is that what you mean?
Wait, let me point. No, I'm pointing the wrong way.
Wrong way.
There we go.
Yeah, but I really am grateful for it. I'm grateful for their pioneering. And so one of the things that they talk about, and other people have talked about, is that this is one of the first third generations in wearables, because the second generation of wearables gives you data. Like I can't remember what I bought my husband, but it is. He wears it nonstop. It's a band, and it keeps track of his recovery from exercise and his sleep and a Whoop, WHOOP, and he loves it. And it's great information. But what it is data, and then you take that data and say, how do I improve on it? Third generation is actually changing your life. So it's not the data about where you sit; it's that it actually is changing the way you live. So
yeah. And there's another interesting thing I remember asking when I was talking to them are they all the same? Like it's not taking anything from my body. It's sending the same, right? My open and focus is the same as your open and focus, and it doesn't interact with my body. It is sending a specific signal, and then it's how my body reacts to it. So maybe it would be interesting, like, I don't know how you would tell that, and I'm not sure it matters, but does your body react the same way to clear and focus as my body?
Well, it's like asking if we both see blue the same way. We have no way of knowing. But you can you're given the same exact thing, but you can use it differently. So within those choices, you decide what setting, but within the setting, you decide the intensity
Yeah,
and the amount of time.
that's true.
And this is something he said, which is counterintuitive to me. There's no competition here, which is really weird. I thought you try to increase the intensity, like that's going to get you more. But in fact, the people who have the best results from this device are using the least amount of intensity. You want it to interfere with you as much as possible. And now that's where the difference is, because someone might set that higher than me or lower than me and know that they're getting the benefit. So that's a little bit of where you would see
Okay, that is a really interesting comment, because I have noticed I have to put the intensity pretty high on most of my settings. Now, I wonder if that fits in at all with the fact that people accuse me, because it's true, of not being so observant, or like I don't have high sensitivity to things. So it would make sense. I probably have to set it higher. I bet if Todd put it on, he would be setting his much lower.
Yeah, so mine is low because, the same way I react to medication, like I had on the energy and wake up on 100% before I realized you weren't supposed to. And I was so agitated. Like I was like this, because it was just giving me too much intensity for my body.
That is funny. I should have Todd try it. That's funny.
Yeah, so, we rarely get on here and have a solution for you. We have lots of solutions and you pick the one that works for you. But if you, it's not even such a risk. If you are looking for solutions to anxiety, depression, a host of other things, check out Apollo Neuro, and we will put the link and the coupon code right in the chat as soon as we get off. Anything else?
That's it.
Go Apollo Neuro.
All right. Have a great weekend, guys.
Bye.